What's going on, everybody? It is I, the Mystic Fox, coming at you with some Gnosis. Please open yourself up to my Wisdom Walker's Gate of Initiation, that you may undergo the currents of awakening the inner DNA within you and the full potential of your consciousness. Before we begin, let us call upon the names: Lucifer, Michael, Raziel, Ra, cometh forth over us and initiate the souls that find their way to this video. With that out of the way, I am your host, Blair the Mystic Fox. I am an arcanist looking to enhance my human experience using occult science. And in this video, we are going to be talking about a theoretical concept, an idea that I have had that has been supported by a very small group of people who are equally as scholarly as I am. So you are not obligated to take this current video as truth, which is why I am providing additional services to make sure you get your worth's worth as you continue to find, delve, and seek the truth. But what kind of theory are we going to be discussing today? Well, this theory has to do with a kind of hypothetical truth. And this is also one of those hypothetical truths I wasn't necessarily supposed to find. I'm just really good at this. I made a video like this before, and somebody at first made a video that I thought provided evidence that, took part of this theory away, until a friend of mine hit me up recently with a certain invitation. And that friend will very soon be entering influences that I could totally use to my advantage. So let's talk about Yabulan and how the demiurge, as described by the Freemasons, may very well be some kind of quantum celestial computer. Something that is to be influenced, something that can be controlled, something that can be directed, like an automaton or a golem. And in this, here is where the theory comes in. There has been some debate and discussion between angels, the fallen angels, and the angels that come from Zul, and the angels that come from the void. To all of you guys that do not know the use of the term Zul, this is the word that describes the backwards light, because light is lux. And what is lux backwards? Okay then. And so the backwards light is where all of this celestial technology shit, where the theory seems to be rooted from. And as the theory continues, that the fallen angels or the angels of the void might actually be the real entities that uphold the principle of the law of the cosmos. And there's some debate if fallen angels are the same as the angels of the void, but to say that the angels of representation right now are more so in offspring of their more prime creation, which is the demiurgic celestial quantum computer. And so it took me some time, took a lot of cross-referencing the idea of parasites, astral parasites, how they're created, and how the creation of them can come from traversing the tunnels and the trees. It took a while. And what I wound up deducing is that, very similar to some of the fourth dimensional concepts of the moon that we get, it seems that these angels were created like ciphers or siphons to be placed over the rulers of the planetary spheres, or something along that kind of context. I don't know if the concept implied is appropriate or not, but let's say the context is pretty close. And so they act as a kind of Trojan horse, where any information that sphere of consciousness receives, they are making a carbon copy of it at the same time. That is also to suggest that any and every life form that interacts with them, it is equally getting all the data about them, their minds, their souls, their bodies, their DNA, their cells. It's making copies of you the more that you interact with it. And let's say these angels give you something, which could even be to the degree of them just giving you whatever the prime deity would be inclined to give you, for that matter, probably with less of a consequence. By the time they actually give you something and it's worth giving to you, they've probably, most likely, like I said, the theory needs to be explored a bit more, but so far this is where it's suggested that they might bond or insert a piece of them into you. I don't know the full extent of how this shit works. I don't know the line drawn of where I'm deducing things that people are probably experiencing in the astral, or where I start to sound like a nutcase. We're just picking up the pieces as we find them, yeah? So this is definitely up for speculation. It's definitely up for debate. I don't think I'm going to have my mind swayed about the demiurge being some kind of automaton. But everything else, yeah. And what I've described so far could be a decent foundation to suggest even the further abused manifestations on how the interactions with the personifications of polarities interact with this realm, right? Like concepts of, human beings being grown in tanks and all that weird sci-fi shit. Those could easily be, right, astral manifestations rendered by situations on a higher magnitude, such as what I'm trying to describe here. So let me know what you guys think. If there's always been something in your heart telling you that when you're reaching out to these Tree of Life motherfuckers, that somehow something seems wrong. And when all the things that are supposed to naturally feel wrong to you and you're fucking with the other stuff suddenly start to feel right. It really, it demands that you start to dig, doesn't it? And, at this point, I think the Watchers or the fallen angels are the real angels, right? Maybe not fallen from grace, but more like fallen from post. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more appropriate. But let me know what you guys think. And don't forget to like, comment, share, favorite, and never stop seeking the truth.